Grandma's Kitchen.
There's a fiddle tune and a wooden spoon while she's stirring and a-singing. There's friends leaving or family land, and then the phone's usually ringing. No matter who you are or what you've done, everything's forgiven.
Thank God. Thank God.
Thank
God.
Grandma's Kitchen. And ain't it good to be in Grandma's Kitchen?
Grandma's Kitchen.
Hello everybody, I'm back. Mary Janet here at Tunes and Wooden Spoons. I'm sorry I'm late. Guess what? I had a few technical issues. This is not a surprise. But what I had hoped to use today, I couldn't use, even though I tested it earlier. But anyway, we're back, and it's been a wonderful week here in Cape Breton. The weather has been so warm and hot, and I don't have any air conditioning like so many, but that's changing next summer. I can guarantee you that. And but the week ahead on Tuesday, we're going to get some rain, so it's great for the flower beds and the vegetable gardens and the farmer fields and the forests, and so we have stuff to look forward to. I hope you are all well and that you're doing your best to have a wonderful day. And I'm so glad to be with you, and I'm so glad that you keep tuning in and you make my Sunday as well. You just have to know that. Today, I want to send out a special hello to someone who is really special to me. And I think she might be watching. Her name is Joyce Logan. Hi, Joyce. How are you? I miss you. Joyce is a wonderful lady. I was her caregiver for about a year. She's up there in Williams Lake, and I do miss her, and I did drop by for a COVID visit, but it's hard when you can't hug someone and all of that. But I know she's staying safe and doing well, and I send all my love to you today, Joyce, and I hope you have a wonderful day. Today we are going to be making my blueberry muffins, and these are blueberry yogurt muffin with wheat bran in it. And the blueberries came from Craignish Mountain, thanks to Mark and Elaine Pettipaw, are very good friends, who picked them. So they're wild blueberries. Isn't that great? And if you have frozen blueberries and you're not lucky enough to have fresh ones, you can use the frozen ones as well. This recipe I got from my sister-in-law, Yvonne. She's an amazing baker. So this is her recipe. So set your oven to 350, and I'm going to wash my hands and we'll begin. All right, and my apron's on, and I think I'm all together. And Cecil's gone to the races, so we have an afternoon of just you and I. It's going to be a quiet afternoon after having Aaron last week. And oh, by the way, congratulations to Anne Boudreau, who was the recipient of the Cape Breton Gnome and the 2 CDs I'll be mailing out to her tomorrow. Thanks so much to all of you who liked his Facebook fan page and his Instagram account. Any who did one or the other or both, wonderful. He sure did appreciate that. So people were enjoyed his music last Sunday, and as did I. So we'll try to have some live music. I know we're having live music on the 30th for sure, but we'll see before that. And so let's just get right to this. My oven is just about ready to be, it's preheating. And we're gonna start right away. So you know you have to have 2 cups of vanilla yogurt. Now, I've used plain yogurt in the past as well. What I have in my bowl here is about a cup of vanilla yogurt and a cup of plain yogurt, which I got by mistake because I thought it had the vanilla flour on the cover, but it didn't. It's just the plain yogurt, but it's just fine. And so there's 2 cups of vanilla yogurt, and into that you're going to stir in 2 teaspoons of baking soda. Baking soda, okay? So we're going to do that. And you need to, you have the 2 cups of baking soda, but you need to put it in a larger bowl because it's going to raise. You're going to set it aside and you'll see how it will raise up. Okay, just stir that and set that aside. And it's just raising before my eyes. I can see it raising. I hope you can do the same if you've got your good baking soda. All right, now in your regular bowl that you're going to be mixing it eventually in, you're going to put 1 cup of brown sugar and 2 eggs, all right? Do you guys have a little thing that you put in your container of brown sugar? I just got this at maybe the dollar store or Walmart. It's a little clay circle and it keeps your brown sugar nice and soft. And I know there's lots of people who will put even a slice of bread in, but I don't like that because it gets, this is a 1/2 cup measure, by the way, so I'm putting 1 cup in, so I'm 2 of these. It's hard to tell when you're out there what I'm using here. So these for 1 cup, all right? Now the recipe has been posted on the Facebook page, and as well, it's on the website under recipes, okay? So to the 1 cup of brown sugar, you're going to add 2 eggs. Okay, and just stir that up. Make sure there's no sugar lumps in there. Just stir it around. And to that, you're going to add 1 cup of oil, either vegetable oil, canola oil, whatever you have. You know, some people use coconut oil. The one I'm using is canola oil. Did I say that? I can't even remember what I said 2 minutes ago. Get every bit of that out. All right, and just mix that up. I'm just using a whisk, okay? And to that, you're going to add 2 teaspoons of vanilla. Usually I put it in the cover. Today I'll use my measuring spoon. All right, just stir that up. All right, now in another bowl, like, are you seeing your yogurt? Look, it's almost over the top. This is a 4-cup measuring cup. And you know what? I use the very same thing on Tuesday or Wednesday, whenever I made the muffins. And I used my old soda. I hadn't thrown it away yet, or repurposed it. And you know what? It never came up that high. It just came up to the 4-cup measure. But this one is over the top. And I just opened my new pack of baking soda. I'm telling you, it makes a difference. It does make a difference. If you've heard my tip before, once you open it, baking soda is good for a month. As a leavening agent, and after that it's still good. Use it for other purposes. I'm sure you've heard that all before, but anyway, that's just amazing to me to look at that and see how it raised. Okay, now where was I? Okay, so in another bowl you're going to put 2 cups of flour. Two cups of flour, a lot of stuff in this, 4 teaspoons of baking powder, and the truth be told, they don't raise really high with all of that leavening in it. I'm going to fight with this cover. All right. So 4 teaspoons of baking powder. One, 2, 3, and 4. And you're just going to stir that around. All right. And a 1/4 teaspoon of salt. Sorry, forgot about the salt. I'm just gonna okay. So now you're going to take the oil baking stuff here. The heck is it called? And your flour and your yogurt. Okay, and we're going to just alternate them. So I'm going to start with the flour. I'm just going to put a little bit in. I don't know, I think I might do it in like four parts. So just mix that up. And then do the same part. Gosh, if that spoon, put a bunch of that in. All right. little more flour. A little more yogurt. And your yogurt. I think I'll put the whole thing in this time. As they say, I'm Scotchy. I gotta get every last bit out of the bowl. You don't want to waste any. Like, that's a good tablespoon that I wouldn't have got if I just used the spoon. Okay. And mix that up. You know what? It reminds me of back in my home economics days. Those things never stop going through your head, and little tips that they would give you, like when you're alternating, you know, liquid and flour, beginning and ending with dry ingredients. It's like ingrained in my head. If anybody's out there that was took home economics as a student in junior high or senior high, there now. That part is mixed. Okay, now you're going to fold in 1.5 cups of the wheat bran. Now, I'm just going to review the recipe in case somebody tuned in late and didn't see it on the thing. So you've got 2 cups of vanilla yogurt, and you put 2 teaspoons of baking soda in it, and put it in a larger bowl, like a 4-cup or 5-cup measuring, and set it aside after you mix the baking soda in it. Set it aside. In a large bowl, put a cup of brown sugar, 2 eggs, 1 cup of oil, 2 teaspoons of vanilla. Mix that all up. And then in a smaller bowl, you're going to put 2 cups of flour, 4 teaspoons of baking powder, and 1/4 teaspoon of salt. Mix that. And then mix the flour alternately with the yogurt mixture, beginning and ending with the flour mixture, just 3 or 4 times. You know, just use your best judgment. And now you're ready to fold in 1.5 cups of the natural bran. Now the natural bran, I always used Quaker wheat bran, but they stopped making it. A follower on here told us that she actually called the company because she couldn't get it, and I haven't been able to get it. But you know, I'm in a more rural area, so chances are sometimes things just aren't available. So anyway, they don't make it anymore, and I don't know why. So this brand that I have is Rogers. Comes in a big bag like this. So 1.5 cups. So this is the measure. I'll put 3 half cups in there. All right. And I didn't have it earlier in the week, so I just used, I had wheat germ in. Usually comes in a jar. Okay. And I'm going to fold that over. Just fold it in like that. Just turn it over gently. You're not going to roughly mix it up. Beautiful. Just like that. All right. And to that, you're going to add 1 cup of those beautiful Craignish blueberries. And you're just going to fold them in as well. Now this batter is thick enough. I know that sometimes people, you know, coat them with flour, but they don't sink in this batter. I've made it a few times, so not to worry. It's not going to do that. Alrighty, we're ready to put them in your muffin tin, and they're going to take anywhere from 22 to 25 minutes, okay? I have a nice new muffin tin here, and I have my old trusty one, and I have 2 more in the cupboard. The others look similar to that. It's so hard to keep them nice and neat and clean. So I am going to put these muffin liners in this one, because this recipe will make, oh, 1.5 dozen or even more. And you pretty much fill the muffin tin. For this one, I'm going to actually, this is my actual preference. I like a muffin that doesn't have the paper liners. And I'm just going to spray each one. I'm going to do 9. I just like the ridge on the outside. That's just my own preference. And then you pray that they're going to come out of the muffin tin and not break apart. All right, we'll start with this. Fill them pretty full. I can't really tell you. You're going to have to judge for your own muffin pan. I mean, there's lots of blueberry muffin recipes out there, all delicious. This one is basically a healthier choice if you want to do that. And they freeze really good. Anybody asking about if they freeze well? They freeze well. Now I'll put them in a big Tupperware container. And depending on how many are around, you know, in the house, visiting or home, I'll just leave them on the counter. Or I'll put them in the fridge. But if I put them in the freezer, if it's just Cecil and I, put them in the freezer, and then the night before, breakfast the next morning, I'll take a couple out and just keep them on the counter in a baggie or whatever. One follower, I'm going to say friend, one friend that mentioned that she makes these muffins, and not these particular muffins, but any muffin, and they are wet on the top, you know, and how can she make that not happen. Well, I have not had an experience with that, of why they would be wet on the top. And you know what? I was going to Google it and I didn't, but I have no idea why that would happen. No idea. I just explained to her how I do mine, just like I explained to you. So hopefully that will be a change for her. Okay, so I think I'm going to get 8 more. All the batter is used up. Okay, we're good. Hope you're at the same place I am. And we're going to put this in the oven I'm going to set my timer for 23 minutes. I'm going to put the kettle on. We're going to have a cup of tea because I have some muffins left over from Wednesday when I made them. And we'll have a little visit, a little Cape Breton visit. I have lots of things to tell you about today. There now. So I am at my rack out here. Oh, Sonia Boyd, I just love you. She sent me these just before Tammy got into Pampered Chef. She sent me these as a gift, as well as other stuff that she has sent me, and thank you for that. But of all of the things, I love these cooling racks, and they stack. You know, if you're short in space, they stack. Of course, she's the Pampered Chef lady, and that's who Tammy signed on under. And Tammy has done really well with Pampered Chef, but just love these, love them. Okay, so I am going to sit down with you and we'll have a little visit. It's so quiet today. Hi. Please excuse me. Oh, I have my little box, my little gnome that's all ready to go to Anne Boudreau. And you're gonna love it. I've become so attached to it. So cute. So, and the 2 CDs. So I'm going to put that right there. I'm going to sit here, get myself organized. Now, oh, just hold on a second, Tammy. I will get my iPad so I can see your message, Tammy. 1 second. Okay. I'm going to bring this down to my level. Okay. There. How's that? Hi, Nancy Jane Robertson from Port Hope, Ontario. Okay. Tammy. Okay, I'm using Greek yogurt. I don't know that there's any difference. Really? I'm using Greek yogurt. I just buy whatever's on sale. And vanilla Greek yogurt was on special. And that's the one I got. I don't use anything different. Hopefully that answers your question. And frozen, yes, you can use frozen blueberries. And no, you don't have to thaw them before putting them in. Not at all. And why am I not playing a CD in the background? Honestly, today was a little challenge before I started. And for some reason, when I put the music on, only one tune would play on that. But I'll put some other music on in a minute. Okay, so that's that. So if there's any more questions, Tammy, bring it on. And there's Evelyn Cook from Sauble Beach, Ontario. You make a rainy day sunny. Is it raining there in Sauble Beach? We need the rain big time here too. So, okay. I just wanted to say a few things. Oh, my kettle boiled. Sorry, I'm gonna have to leave again. I'm gonna set my tea. There we go. You have to have a good cup of Cape Breton tea, you have to have boiling water. You have to put 2 bags King Cole tea. I know one day I said red rose and people were saying, what? I thought you liked King Cole tea. I don't know where that came from. I used to, years and years ago, it was red rose tea. That's what it did. But then they kind of changed the content of the actual tea in in each bag or something. It wasn't as strong. And of course we like strong tea, right? And so I put two bags in, and I fill it up to about the 5-cup measure on my big pot. And then I have a burner that is on my propane stove that's a little lower heat than the others. And even at that, I pour the hot water over the 2 tea bags, and I push it back as far as I can till it's touching the back, so it's not getting the full force of the simmer underneath. I do not let it boil. God help me if I let it boil. That would not be a good thing, even though that's the way Papa used to have it. He used to have the teapot on the stove and left it on a simmer there, I think all day, I swear. But, and I just leave it for maybe about 5 minutes and then put a little bit of milk. I always put my milk in my cup first, and then you don't have to stir it with a spoon. You put a little milk in the bottom and pour it in, and it's the perfect color. That's how I like my tea. And so, any other questions? Okay, so... yeah, the heat this week was tremendous. And so somebody there, darn it, somebody mentioned something when they were freezing their muffins, they put a piece of paper towel on the top. So And somebody else is having no choice but to use store-bought imported berries because they don't grow there, of course. Yeah. That's just the way it is. I'm just very lucky. Normally I would just go down and buy it, but Mark and Elaine love picking blueberries, and so they came for a visit, and I kept them for supper, and it's wonderful. So yeah, this week we had a lot of heat, and we had the water at the beach is tested every day, I think, every day, and they tested it, and of course the bacteria level was high, so they had to close the beach. Not sure if it's opened back up or not, but that happens after continuous days of heat. Yeah, we have new millionaires on Cape Breton Island today. I just saw that in a post. The Atlantic lottery was last night, and the grand prize was 17 million. And somebody in Victoria County won 17 million. Whoever you are, God love you. I hope you do well with that and enjoy it. And 17 million. Am I your friend? Do you follow me? Mac Morin, who played the piano. He had a few inquiries from people here, but now he's getting ready for his fall session. I am going to be posting the link to Mac's Facebook page of what's happening with those lessons. And if anybody out there, please share it and you know, give the thumbs up there and get the word out. And you know, these musicians, they have to do lots of things for their livelihood during this time. If that's their profession, you know, they're not having many gigs now. But having said that, Cape Breton, or the Gaelic College, yeah, I will post that on my site for Mac. I mean, I would do anything for Mac. He's a wonderful musician. But Kitchen Fest has been an annual event on Cape Breton Island. You know, but aside from Celtic Colors in the fall, Kitchen Fest usually was held around July 1st for about a week. And this year, of course, it was just smack dab in the middle of COVID. So they've changed it, and now Kitchen Fest is going to be held from September 4th to the 12th. If you are in Atlantic Canada and you're looking for something to do and you love Celtic music, this is a celebration of fiddle and pipes and dance and Gaelic language and song, and stories are so important, and food. There's something happening all over Cape Breton Island at various venues. Go, if you're interested, go to kitchenfest.ca, I believe. Let me see if I wrote that down. Yes, kitchenfest.ca. Amazing. So if you get a chance, just take that in. Okay, so, and Mac, of course, is one of the musicians. He's one of our celebrated musicians, and you may be able to go to an event that he's playing at. And they assure you that all COVID restrictions are very, very strictly followed for these events. So no worries there. Go to the website, and they have a Facebook page too. And just, you know, if you want to go, enjoy. Yeah, I have Anne Boudreau here. And Anne Boudreau is from Lingan, right here on Cape Breton Island. Lingan is over Sydney, way between Sydney and Reserve Mines and over there. And so she was our winner, and it was so nice to it's going to be nice for her to receive that. And our last winner was Krista Bolt from BC. So last winner was in BC, this one is in CB. So somewhere along the line we'll get the middle of the country represented. Another website that it would be great that they, you know, all these sites, they need likes and follows and all of that. Well, I often spoke of Canada's musical coast. Our municipality of the County of Inverness branded our west side of the island, our municipality, as Canada's musical coast. So find them on Facebook and like or follow. They could use some more likes and follows, you know. I'm gonna tell them to like and follow me too. So we'll have to give it a little shout out there to the lady that looks after those things, Amy. You better follow Tunes and Wooden Spoons too. And so anyway, yeah, this past week, went for a drive and ended up in at the distillery, the Glenora Distillery. They have beautiful lodgings there. We went for my sister-in-law and I. They're open from 12 onward for lunch and then of course dinner. And it's so beautiful there. If you go there and you can sit outside underneath an umbrella table. It was a very hot day when we were there, and the food was delicious. But it's the surroundings and the flowers and just the serenity and the beauty and the wonderful waiter that we had. He was awesome. And then at 1 o'clock every day, they have live music, and it's usually youth. And that particular day, it was the McGuinness children from West Mabu, Mary Elizabeth and Trevor's children. And it was really, really good. Yeah, I told you already that my husband went to the races. And normally, I get rid of him for this whole week. He goes to PEI, to Old Home Week, and I have the whole week to myself. Darn COVID. Anyway, he is not going to Old Home Week this week because of COVID. Does anybody else say that? You know, I'm only saying it in fun, but, you know, I really do enjoy my week. I can do whatever I want. And, but... Anyway, I was going to go back to the distillery. While we were having our lunch, there were two lovely ladies there. And we ended up having a little chat at our table. And goodness gracious, they follow Tunes and Wooden Spoons. We got our picture taken together. They were from the New Glasgow area. So if you're out there and you're watching today, ladies, hello. It was so nice to meet you. That was awesome. It was so fun. It was just like, oh my gosh, isn't that crazy? Anyway, so, okay, my tea, it's not boiling, but I'm going to go pour it. I had to take one of my muffins out of the freezer and put it in the microwave because Cecil ate the muffin that I took out that I was going to have today. But that's okay. I'll have it in a minute. But today I'm using my Cape Breton mug. See the Scottish thistle on there? And you can see Cape Breton is written there. Might be backwards. But I don't remember who, but I love these. Nice china mug, nice thin lip. This is the kind of cup I love. is either a cup or saucer or a cup, like a china cup like that, that has a thin lip and it's just nice and hot. But somebody gave these to me for my 65th birthday around 3 years ago. But I do love them. Isn't it a nice mug? Anne Boudreau. Hi, Anne. She's watching today. Thank you for loving my mug. I'm going to have a little sip. Oh my gosh, it's good. Can you see the color of the tea? It's not pale. Sometimes it's pale when somebody puts too much milk in it. Or sometimes it's dark and it's not the best. So, okay. What are we making next week? Pat Cormier, one of the followers, she sent me this recipe. There's so many people send me recipes. Thank you all so very much. Anne McComb, thank you. She's from out west. She keeps me updated and with tons of great links to recipes. Now let me find Anne's recipe here so that I know what I'm making next week. It's an orange blueberry loaf. And I'm going to get my muffin out of the microwave. It's just beeping at me. You're hearing that? So you need flour, baking powder, soda, and salt, and butter, and some boiling water. And you need an egg, white sugar, a little bit of orange juice, and a cup of frozen berries, or a cup of fresh blueberries. Easy, and apparently it smells delicious. I'll be making it this week, so I'll show you what it looks like. And I know, what a nice combination, orange and blueberry. That's great. All right, hold on. I'm gonna go get my muffin. So this is my muffin from Wednesday, and I made these with wheat germ because at the time I just went to get the bran and there wasn't any. So I just put an equal amount of wheat germ, and they're lovely. They're nice. They're still nice and soft. You can see the heat coming off that. These, I put them in the microwave for 30 seconds, but probably 20 would have done. But they're a great recipe. The muffins are just, I've got a beep there that means there's 1 minute left in baking them. Really nice. They're only they stay really, really moist too. That's just like it was right out of the oven. Really, really good. So what else do I have to share with you today? I was going to tell you, remember the squirrel that was trying to get in my window, the kitchen window? And he's still around. And Cecil opened the door. We were going somewhere. He opened the door. The squirrel was on the doorstep, like seriously trying to somehow make it into this house. I don't know. But he got rid of him pretty quickly. We'll have to get one of those little, what do you call those traps where you save the squirrel and you take him 10 miles away or something. But we have 2 squirrels and they're outside all the time. Okay, I'm gonna go check my muffins. There they are. Aren't they just, can you smell them? Yum, yum, yum. And there's the other pan with that doesn't have the, that was the last one. It's a lot bigger. But, you know, I just put a little extra in that one. But it makes for, you know, a nice big batter. Now, what I do, like any cake, I let them stay in the pan, on the cooling rack, in the pan for 15 minutes. And then I take them out and I put them on the cooling rack and I leave them there until, you know, they're at room temperature. And sometimes, like if you're going out or whatever and they're still not cool, I put a nice tea towel over the two of them on the rack, and I just leave them like that until I get back home. Hi, Bernadine. I see her there. Darlene Nelson. Yes, Darlene, I know it's not fair to show them to you. You should be making them with us. It's not that hot that you can't put your oven on. But anyway, you guys, just, it's so nice to spend time with you. And well, we're getting ready. I've been list of things that I am going to be making for the next, I think, 4 or 5 weeks. I have it ready ahead. I'm just gonna read you what I have planned. Darlene Turple, hers came out beautiful. That's wonderful. Somebody, hi Lori Philpott from Ontario. Dave Austin. Mom, missed that. Yes, I could cover them so Cecil can't find them. Very good plan. He blames me for being overweight. Anyway, I'm not going to go there. So Anne Boudreau took hers out of the oven and they look great. That's wonderful. Awesome, Tracy McPhee in Whitehorse. Janine Chisholm. Medicine Hat. Hi from PEI. Hi, Teresa. Deborah, thank you. But anyway, I'm going to I'm going to sign off very, very shortly here. That's good. So today was blueberry muffins. Next week is the blueberry orange loaf. Give that a try. August 30th it's going to be a big day for me. I'm just letting you in right now that I'm making brownie cheesecake. It's a phenomenal, delicious dessert. My nephew's wife, Lisa Cameron, and her son, Finley, he plays the ukulele. They're going to be here singing. But it's a big day because I actually have a sponsor on that day. And I'm so excited. So that's something for me to look forward to, and I hope that I do well, that I do them proud. The next week on September the 6th, I'm actually up in Halifax. I'm going to be babysitting for my daughter, looking after little Rosie. But she'll be back in time when I'm doing the show. So I'm making something that's simple and easy that day. It's called Hot Fudge Sundae Cake, and it's been around for years in this house, and it's chocolate. It's got sauce in it, and it's got, well, we're gonna put a scoop of ice cream on it. It's delicious, but it's so easy, and it's easy for me to make in another oven. So that's that. And on September the 13th, I had a request from a lady to make raisin scones. So I'm going to make raisin scones on September the 13th. On September the 20th, I'm going to make lemon pie from scratch. The lemon filling is going to be from scratch. None of this boxed lemon pie filling. And that my mother-in-law made lemon pie from scratch. And her handwriting and her recipe is etched into that beautiful cutting board that you'll see in the picture at the top of my Facebook page. You'll see the cutting board there, and you can see a recipe on there. Well, that's her writing, and that's her recipe. We're gonna make that. And then on the 27th, that's the last entry I have here, on the 27th, we're getting into the fall, and I am going to make the most delicious pumpkin loaf. And my friend Ethel, she was my maid of honor at my wedding almost, well, 49 years ago, very soon. But I lost dear Ethel this year, cancer, and she died in the middle of COVID, and that's been so difficult for the family and all of that. And this week they had her funeral. I was at her funeral on Wednesday, and she had already been buried, but we still went through the funeral, and she had everybody, she had it all planned out, all who she wanted to read and to be honorary pallbearer and all of that. You know, isn't it wonderful when people are that strong and they can carry out the wishes and the way they want things. And I miss her, and she was a wonderful friend. So hug your friend. I've lost two beautiful friends this year, one in January, and then Ethel just last month. I guess it was June. It was May. It was May. I should have known that right off the top of my head. But, and my other friend that died in January, well, her ashes are being buried on Tuesday. So we all are touched by death, aren't we? And we all have to go with the flow. And yesterday I went for a drive with my grandson. We drove into the graveyard in Mabu and went to visit my mother and father, my real mother and father's grave, and my brother that I spoke of last week, the father of Aaron, went to visit his grave. They're all just right around the same area. And then a little baby brother that only lived 1 month old. When you think of the hardship that some parents went through back in the day, the baby was only 1 month old, but basically he starved because there was a blockage going into his stomach. Today that's such a simple surgery, but that was back in 1950, and he passed away. He lived a month, you know, with what little nutrition that they tried to get into him. And then, of course, I visited the grave of Mama and Papa who raised me, and they're just a hop, skip, and a jump, like about 6 feet away from my own parents. You know, they're all, and it's good to go visit. And my grandson Luke was just, you know, interested in being there, and you know, we were trying to tidy things up a little bit, but they're not forgotten for sure. And I want to send out a special hello to my daughter Krista and her husband Scott. Well, Scott's grandmother died over a week ago, and her funeral was on just this past Thursday. Lovely lady Muriel, and just sending hugs to Donna and Darlene, because I know them well, but they would be Krista's mother-in-law and her mother-in-law's sister. Beautiful people. The lady was 91, and it doesn't matter how old people are. There's someone who you loved, and they're gone. And Tina, oh, I missed that message, but you said that someone was buried in the Mabusera cemetery. I know COVID has made grieving very, very difficult. It's a changed world, and it's a whole world issue, and it's tough times for so many. And I mean, we had friends visiting from Halifax, and his mother was a patient at a senior's home up in Halifax, and she was one of the ones who died in that home that had so many patients who died. He never got to see her before COVID. Before she passed away, or even before she got sick. And you know, you're left with this hollow heart because you didn't get to have that closure and say goodbye. But anyway, hi Sheila Johnson. She's married to my son's nephew, Wayne. Okay, guys, I'm taking too much time up here, but I love visiting with you all. Sorry I didn't put the music on today. I just got that one tune in, but I'd have to open up my laptop and find the tune and put it on. I just wasn't prepared very well. But anyway, thanks so much for sticking with me, and I love it. And you make my Sundays very special. And I hope that you love everyone around you. Love one another. And I love you, and have a wonderful week. Bye-bye.